close your eyes for a moment and imagine a place where the ocean stretches like a sheet of glass, where mountains rise like ancient guardians, and where every meal tastes like a story passed down for centuries. What if I told you this place is real, and it's called the Philippines? Welcome to a land of more than 7,000 islands, where history breathes through stone churches, where festivals paint entire cities in color, and where the warmth of the people feels like sunlight on your skin. This is not just a country. It is a living, breathing story. The Philippines floats in Southeast Asia like scattered emeralds across the Pacific Ocean. Divided into three major island groups, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, each region carries its own rhythm. In the north lies Luzon, home to the busy capital Manila. Here, towering skyscrapers stand beside centuries-old churches. Jeepneys, brightly painted public transport vehicles, race through traffic like moving works of art, blasting music and flashing chrome details. Life here is fast, loud, and endlessly energetic. Travel north from the capital and you'll find the breathtaking Banaue Rice Terraces. Carved into mountains over 2,000 years ago by the Ifugao ancestors, these terraces look like giant staircases to heaven. They remind Filipinos that their history did not begin with colonizers. It began with brilliance. Head south to the Visayas, where turquoise waters surround white sand beaches. In Cebu City, history and modern life blend seamlessly. Further south in Mindanao, Davao City thrives beneath Mount Apo, the country's tallest peak, offering both urban energy and natural beauty. And scattered among these islands are volcanoes like Mayon Volcano, famous for its near-perfect cone shape, beautiful, powerful, and unpredictable, like the country itself. A place, but a feeling. Before the sun rises, the Philippines is already awake. In a small coastal home, oil shimmers in a pan. Garlic hits the heat. The sound, sharp, alive, fills the house. Rice from last night becomes sinigang. Eggs crack open. Dried fish crisps beside them. Outside, the sky turns gold over the sea. A grandmother stirs a pot of adobo, vinegar, and soy sauce, blending slowly, a dish shaped by centuries of trade and survival. On rainy afternoons, there is sinigang, sour and comforting. At fiestas, a whole roasted lechon glows at the center of a crowded table. On birthdays, noodles stretch long, because long noodles mean long life. In the Philippines, food is not just eaten, it is shared. If you pass by at lunchtime, someone will call out, "Kain tayo." Come eat, even if there is little. Especially if there is little, because feeding someone is love. Travel north to the mountains and you will hear Ilocano carried by the wind. Travel south and Cebuano dances quickly in the markets. In cities like Manila, Filipino blends with English in effortless rhythm. More than 180 languages echo across these islands. Different sounds, different accents. But when someone asks, "Kumain ka na? Have you eaten?" it means something deeper. It means, I care about you. Language here is not just communication. It is identity. It is history spoken. One of the most fascinating things about the Philippines is its linguistic diversity. There are over 180 languages spoken across the islands. The national language is Filipino, largely based on Tagalog. But in Cebu and many parts of the Visayas and Mindanao, people speak Cebuano. In the north, Ilocano flows through conversations. In western Visayas, Hiligaynon fills markets with melody. And then there's English, widely spoken and used in education, business, and media. This is why many Filipinos can switch between languages effortlessly, sometimes blending three in a single sentence. It's called code switching, and locally it often becomes Taglish. Language in the Philippines is not just communication. It is pride, it is ancestry, it is identity. Long before colonizers arrived, the islands were home to thriving communities trading with China, India, and neighboring Southeast Asian kingdoms. Then, in 1521, Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan arrived under the Spanish flag. What followed was more than 300 years of Spanish rule. Catholicism took root, stone churches rose. Spanish surnames spread across the islands. In 1898, Spain ceded the Philippines to the United States. American influence introduced public education and a deep love for basketball, a sport Filipinos embraced passionately. During World War II, Japan occupied the country, leaving painful memories but also stories of bravery. Finally, in 1946, the Philippines gained full independence. Yet through centuries of colonization, war, and hardship, Filipinos never lost their spirit. If you truly want to understand the Philippines, sit down at a Filipino table. At the center of almost every meal is rice. Rice is life. Without rice, many Filipinos jokingly say they haven't really eaten. Then comes adobo, meat simmered in vinegar, soy sauce, garlic, and spices. Salty, tangy, rich, every family has its own version. Sinigang offers a sour tamarind broth that comforts on rainy days. Lechon, a whole roasted pig, takes center stage at fiestas, its crispy skin symbolizing celebration and abundance. From Chinese traders came pancit noodles and lumpia spring rolls. Spanish colonization influenced dishes like macado and caldereta. Indigenous traditions brought coconut milk-based stews and root crops. And for dessert, halo halo, a colorful mix of shaved ice, sweet beans, fruits, jellies, leche flan, and ubi ice cream. It may look chaotic, but together it creates perfect harmony. Filipino food tells a story of survival, adaptation, and celebration. Family is the heart of Filipino culture. It is common for multiple generations to live under one roof. Grandparents help raise children. Cousins grow up like siblings. Family gatherings are loud, joyful, and filled with laughter. Respect for elders is shown through mano, a gesture where a younger person presses an elder's hand to their forehead as a sign of blessing. And then there is bayanihan, the spirit of communal unity. Historically, villagers would carry a neighbor's nipa hut together to help them relocate. Today, bayanihan appears in times of crisis, after typhoons, during hardships, when communities come together to rebuild. Hospitality is unmatched. A guest is offered food immediately, even if the host has little to spare. In the Philippines, you are never alone. The Philippines is the only predominantly Christian nation in Asia, with Catholicism deeply rooted in its culture. Every January, Sinulog Festival transforms Cebu into a sea of dancers honoring the Santo Niño. Drums echo through the streets. Devotees move in rhythmic steps, chanting prayers. In Aklan, the Ati-Atihan festival bursts with painted faces and tribal-inspired costumes. In Quezon Province, the Pahiyas festival decorates houses with colorful rice wafers in gratitude for a bountiful harvest. These festivals are not just parties. They are expressions of devotion, gratitude, and identity. Filipinos love music. Karaoke machines are found everywhere, from city bars to small village homes. Birthdays, reunions, even simple gatherings often end with someone holding a microphone. Basketball courts fill neighborhoods. Children play barefoot under the sun, shouting and laughing. Despite facing typhoons, earthquakes, and economic struggles, Filipinos are known for their smiles. Humor becomes survival. Optimism becomes strength. Millions of overseas Filipino workers leave home to support families abroad, sending money back and sacrificing time with loved ones, all for a better future. Resilience is not just a word here, it is a lifestyle. The Philippines is home to some of the world's most stunning beaches, powdery white sand and crystal clear waters. Coral reefs teem with marine life. Waterfalls hide in jungles. Mountains offer breathtaking views above the clouds. From sunrise over the rice terraces to sunset along coastal shores, the country feels like a masterpiece painted by nature itself. But beyond landscapes, beyond food, beyond history, what truly defines the Philippines is its people. Warm, generous, resilient, family-oriented, deeply faithful, endlessly hopeful. You might arrive as a visitor. You might come for the beaches, the food, or the adventure, but you will leave carrying something deeper. The memory of laughter in a small home, the taste of adobo shared with strangers, the echo of festival drums, the sight of rice terraces touching the sky. The Philippines is not just a destination. It is an experience, a feeling, a story that continues to unfold. And once you've heard its story, a part of you will always belong to the islands. Beneath its waters, the Philippines hides another world. In Palawan, limestone cliffs rise dramatically from turquoise lagoons. Underground rivers wind through caves like secret passages carved by time. In Boracay, powdery white sand glows under golden sunsets. The Philippines lies within the Coral Triangle, making it one of the richest marine biodiversity regions on Earth. Divers swim alongside vibrant coral reefs, sea turtles, and schools of tropical fish. The ocean is not just scenery. It is livelihood, culture, and identity for coastal communities. Beyond cities and beaches are indigenous communities preserving ancient traditions. In the Cordillera Mountains, tribes maintain centuries-old rituals and weaving techniques. Their textiles tell stories through patterns, each design symbolizing status, belief, or history. In Mindanao, Muslim communities practice traditions rooted in Islamic heritage. Mosques stand gracefully against tropical skies, reflecting a blend of Southeast Asian and Middle Eastern influence. Pre-colonial scripts like baybayin remind Filipinos that literacy existed long before foreign rule. The Philippines is not one culture, it is many cultures woven together. Education is highly valued. Families sacrifice greatly to send children to school. Filipinos excel globally in healthcare, engineering, seafaring, arts, and entertainment. From world-class singers to innovative designers, Filipino creativity shines internationally. Remittances from overseas Filipino workers significantly support the economy, proof of sacrifice and dedication to family. Step into a small barangay, a local village. Mornings begin with roosters crowing. Street vendors sell pandesal bread. Children walk to school in uniforms. Afternoons are for basketball games and gossip by sari-sari stores. Evenings bring families together for dinner and television dramas. Life may be simple, but it is rich in connection. The Philippines faces poverty, political struggles, and frequent natural disasters. Typhoons sweep across the islands each year, yet communities rebuild, volunteers gather, neighbors help neighbors, hope rises again and again. Because the Filipino spirit bends, but it does not break. The Philippines is more than beaches, more than festivals, more than food. It is resilience shaped by storms. It is faith sung through hymns. It is laughter echoing through narrow streets. It is family gathered around a table of rice and stories. You may visit for adventure, but you will stay for the warmth. And long after you leave the islands, long after the last sunset fades into the Pacific, you will carry something unforgettable, a piece of the Philippines in your heart.